Hey everybody, it's Maya. We're going to be doing another Cooking Mama in Real Life episode today. Just wanted to share, I got a new DS over Christmas. It's a pretty cute case if I do say so myself. It's all silicone, so it's very bendy and soft. It's not really a protective cover, it's more for looks, but it's cute. But anyway, besides that, let's get started.
So what I've come to realize from doing all this research for Cooking Mama is that Japanese food is really heavily influenced by Chinese cuisine, because spring rolls are from Hong Kong and they're a fried dish usually available as a dim sum, and dim sum is when there's just baskets all over the table and they're full of bite-sized foods and you can just choose whatever you like. But spring rolls are typically filled with minced pork, but I guess in Cooking Mama terms, shrimp, shredded carrots, bean sprouts, and other vegetables like napa cabbage and shiitake mushrooms, and they're served with a dipping sauce. But obviously I'm going to be making some adjustments. You can keep it exactly the way it is. If you want to use pork, you can use pork. If you want to use shrimp, you can use shrimp. But for non-meat eaters, I'm going to be using tofu. You can either use tofu or you can use seitan. Cooking is pretty much all to taste. You can choose whatever you'd like to use. Nothing is set in stone. You can change it however you like. So here I have all of our ingredients laid out. I got some bean sprouts, carrots, napa cabbage, green onions, regular onions, shiitake mushrooms, bamboo shoots, minced garlic, ginger, sesame oil, soy sauce, cooking wine, and extra firm tofu. First thing to get ready is the tofu, because we want it to be squeezed long enough so all the water is out so it can soak up as much of the flavorings as possible. To do that, I just put the towel and then the tofu and then another piece of towel in between two plates so none of my books get wet and messed up. And then once that's all done, I just put some books on top and weigh it down, and that will hopefully squish out all of the liquid. Easy enough. Now we're going to prepare our napa cabbage, and I do this just by separating the leaves and then cutting out that really thick fibrous part in the middle and then chiffonading the rest, which chiffonade is pretty much just rolling up all the leaves and then cutting them into thin strips so you get little ribbons. And for this recipe, you're going to need 5.75 ounces of chiffonaded napa cabbage. Next is to prepare the onion, and to do this, I'm just going to small dice it. And for this recipe, you're going to need just 2 ounces of small diced onions. So next is the bean sprouts. This part isn't really necessary because most of the bean sprouts are pretty clean, but if there is a little squiggly bit at the bottom that's kind of brown and dingy looking, you could just rip that off and then you're pretty much ready. And you're going to need 2.5 ounces. So next is the bamboo shoots, and you could be real fancy and go to the Asian grocery store and actually get a full bamboo shoot and cut it up yourself. But I couldn't be bothered, so I just got the sliced stuff already ready to go. And it's usually found in the Asian aisle in just a regular grocery store. But all you got to do is just take the stuff that's already sliced and then small dice it. And you're just going to need 2.75 ounces of this. So next is the green onions, and it's pretty simple. All you got to do is slice it up into small pieces. And you're going to need 1.5 ounces. So next we're going to take care of our carrots, and we do this by peeling them and then using the largest setting on a box grater to get shredded carrots. And you're going to need 2.75 ounces. So next is the shiitake mushrooms. All you got to do to take care of these is to destem them, cut them up into strips, and then take those strips and cut them up into small cubes to get that small dice. and you need 2.5 ounces of this. So the last thing that we need to chop up is that tofu. A lot of water has been squeezed out, so it is ready to go. All we need to do is pretty much chop it into small pieces, just like everything else. So if you could give it a small dice, that'd be great. And we're gonna need 5.5 ounces of tofu. So the next thing we have to do is make our sauce for our filling, but before we can do that, we need to prep our ginger. And to do that, all you need to do is peel off the outer layer so we can use a microplane later on to grate our ginger into the sauce. So the first thing we're going to need is 4.35 ounces of soy sauce, 0.9 ounces of rice wine vinegar, 1.28 ounces of Shaoxing rice cooking wine, 0.43 ounces of sesame oil. Using a microplane, grate 0.43 ounces of ginger into our mix. Next, you're going to need 0.6 ounces of minced garlic. Next, you're going to add 0.3 ounces of sriracha. Next, you're going to do 0.16 ounces of lemon juice. And I forgot to film it, but I added 0.06 ounces of salt and 0.06 ounces of pepper. Sorry about that. Then you just mix it all together. And to finish up our filling, all you got to do is mix the sauce mix into the veggie mix. So now we're going to start assembling our rolls, and to do this we take one of the square wrappers and rotate it so one of the tips is facing us, so it's in a diamond shape. And then we put the filling maybe an inch away from the tip that's closest to us, and then we start rolling it, and then once we're in the middle we bring those two tips to the center, and then we keep rolling, and then when we have an inch maybe more to go, we put some water on it so it'll stick together. And then you keep rolling it up until it's finished. The easiest way to describe it is like folding a burrito. So it's pretty easy lemon squeezy. So now that we have all of our spring rolls assembled, we can start deep frying. I have a thermometer set for 355. We don't want our oil going any lower than 350, but it can go up to 375. It all depends on what you're comfortable with. But once it's up to temperature, you can just stick one in and let it deep fry. I usually watch it. I keep a timer for 5 minutes going, but it may take less time, it may take more time. It all depends on what your temperature is. So you can just watch it. It's pretty simple. Once it gets to that golden brown color, it's ready to take it out. And every time you pull a spring roll out, I would check the temperature, because every time you put one in, it obviously lowers the temperature significantly. So after every time you pull one out, I would just check it again and then bring it back up to heat. You don't want it to go too low, remember. But yeah, just keep doing that every single time for all of the spring rolls that you have and until you're finished.
Hey everybody, so here's the final product. Let's try it out. It's really saucy and really flavorful. You don't even need a dipping sauce. Like the tofu and all the vegetables like soak up so much, so you kind of get like a little like when you bite into it. It's really good. I hope you guys try it out real soon. There'll be something over here for you guys, and I'll make something again real soon, so if you'd like, you can stick around and subscribe. But if not, have an awesome day, and I hope you guys eat some really yummy food. And I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.